Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's tutorial I'll be showing you how you can make a beaded fringes with teardrop. The type of teardrop that I'm going to be using today is the one that I have hold by the side. So this is the outfit I made for my client for pre-wedding photo shoot. So I'll be using this to show you how you can fix your fringes. I have my sand bead here. I bought half pack of it, and this teardrop I bought 25 pieces because I don't want the fringes to be too much. So I'll be showing you different method you can use to attach your fringes. With this method you can use it for any length of fringes that you're working with. So I've gone ahead to fit my fringes on one part of the sleeve. Can you see how it's dangling? I'm using this one now to show you how you can go about it. So you'll be needing your polyester thread. I'm using the matching color of the outfit. Polyester thread is your regular sewing thread. I have my beading needle of size 11. As I mentioned earlier, this type of teardrop is the one that have hole by the side. There's another one that has hole on the middle. That one is much easier to work with. So to start with, the first thing I'll be doing is to thread my needle. After threading my needle, I will knot it. You will knot it like 3 times the way you see me doing. After knotting it, you go ahead and cut the excess thread. After cutting your thread, I will start picking my sand bead. For this method, I won't be using a stopper. I'll still show you how you can go about that. So can you see how I'm picking it? Just take your time. So before you start picking, you first of all determine how long you want the fringes to be. So for this one I use 3 inches. I don't want the fringes to be equal. I'll be using 3 inches and 2 inches. So after getting the length I want, the next thing I will do now is to determine the space that I want. So for this one I used 1 inch for the spacing. So I will mark my 1 inch here. You can use 1.5 if you want. After marking the space, I will come in by 1/2 inch. This is where I will put my needle. Let me zoom in a little before I explain. You will not make the bead to get to the point where you insert your needle. As you can see, it's dangling. It's not meant to be stiff. So you pass the needle again to secure it. Can you see how I'm holding the bead? That's how you hold it. I'm trying to shift it back so that it won't be stiff. You make sure it's dangling. After securing it, the next thing now is to pass it. I'll pass it through the bead. Can you see how the thread is? The thread is showing, so I'm passing it back. Just watch carefully, you will understand. This is not hard. The needle is moving freely. So this is the last point. I will now pick my teardrop. I will insert it the way you see me doing. After inserting it, I will start passing it again. This will help the fringes to be strong. It won't cut. Can you see I'm passing it back? Can you see how the teardrop is looking? Make sure you pass it back. I'll also show you another way you can do this. If you are making a long fringe, you don't have to pass it back this way. There's another method I will show you. So can you see, after that you can now secure it further. After passing my needle, I will insert it this way. I'll do it like 2 or 3 times so that it will be strong. With the way I fix my bead, even if you drag it, it won't be able to cut. So I make sure I secure it properly so that it will be very strong. So after securing it, you go ahead and cut your thread. So I will knot it back again so that I can put the second one. So after passing my sand bead, you now check the length. You can measure it. For this one I'll be using 2 inches. The first one I used 3 inches. So I will measure the space that I want. After getting the space that you want, you also come in by 1/2 inch to insert your needle. So I want to repeat the same thing I did when I was doing the first one. I want to show you another method you can secure your bead if you don't have enough thread that will get to the starting point, or if you are making a long fringe. So you pass your teardrop, so you insert it the way you see me doing. This is the repetition of what I did when I was fixing the first one. You will insert it back twice the way you see me doing. After inserting it, you can cut it. I will now tie it. You tie it like 3 to 4 times. You use this method when you are making a longer fringe or when your thread stop halfway, so you use it to secure it. I'll also show you another method. Just make sure you watch till the end. So after tying it the way you see me doing, I'll cut it. After tying it, I will show you how you can insert the thread inside so that it will not be showing. I didn't know my camera was not recording when I was inserting it, so I will use this one to show you how to do it now. So I will go ahead and tie it. I'll just repeat the same thing I did on the second one. After tying it, I will cut it. If you cut it, you will notice that the thread is showing. So to hide it, what you do is just to shift your bead. If you shift it, the thread will enter inside. As you can see, it's not showing again. Just make sure you give space for your bead to allow the thread to enter inside. I want to show you another method. This method, you can use it when you are working with the bead that have hole on the middle. You can also use it to do this one. I'll be using stopper on this one, so I'm gonna head to put my sound bead as my stopper. After putting the bead on my thread, I will now open the thread like this. Can you see? After that, you now insert your needle under and you drag it. Just hold it and drag it. Can you see? The stopper will hold the teardrop so that it won't fall off. You can also use it when you're using this small teardrop that have hole by the side. So I will pass my bead. After passing the bead on my needle, I will now start sewing it. Just watch what I'm doing, you get it right. Can you see that the thread is not so firm? Can you see? You leave it this way so that the fringes will not be stiff. So I'm holding my bead so that I can secure it. After securing it, you now pass it back and you put your teardrop. This method is also good because the stopper will secure the teardrop very well so that it will not fall off. If you find my tutorial helpful and you like to see more of my tutorials, make sure you subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification bell for more interesting videos. So this method I'm about to teach you now is the last method, and I think is the most easiest. But before you do this method, you must be a professional. If you are not a professional bead maker, it might not come out well. For this one, after knotting your thread, you just pass your needle the way you see me doing. You don't put your bead first. You first of all pass your needle. So after passing your needle, you secure it. I will now start picking my beads. You will be checking the length that you want. So can you see I have my length now? The next thing now is to put my teardrop. Please, when you are doing this, you have to be very careful so that it will not cut. Can you see how I'm holding it? You hold it this way and you pass it back. If you pass it, you notice that it will scatter like this. Don't bother, just drag your thread, it will come back together. Can you see? You now hold it and pass it back again until you get to the starting point. When you get to the starting point, you now drag it. Don't drag it too much so that the fringe will not be stiff. Can you see mine is dangling, it's not stiff. And you see everything is looking very nice. If you learn how to do this method very well, I think it's the best method. Just take your time. So I will now secure it. You can also pass it You can also pass the needle back and tie it halfway, but for me I secure it here like 3 times. After securing it, I will now go ahead and cut my thread. Can you see? It's really looking very neat. You really need to see the fitting on my client body. So if you would like me to make a tutorial on this off shoulder gown, please do let me know on the comment section. Please let me know on the comment section. All right, thanks for watching.